Alright, well I just got this hooked up and got a little bit of a surprise. Not a good surprise. So well, good morning and welcome back to Balfour Farm. Today is going to be a busy day. We've got a lot to do, but first, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell, and you'll get notified every time we post a video. Today is a big day. We've got a hoof trimmer coming, and we need to get the cow barn ready for the cows to come in for the winter. So it is cold this morning. So the first project of the day is we need to unhook the manure spreader here so I can hook up the bedding chopper, which is a straw chopper and blower, and so I can chop some straw into the barn first. Then I need to come back, hook up the manure spreader again, and then go down with the John Deere tractor and this tractor to the sawdust shed, and we fill the manure spreader with sawdust to transport it up here, and it also spreads the shavings. So oh, and that's frozen on there. It's gonna take a little persuasion. All right, got the manure spreader all unhooked. Now we have to go hook up the chopper. This could be interesting. We haven't used it since last year, so turn that down. Hopefully everything works okay. Things have a tendency to break while they're just parked. I'm not sure how it happens, but it does. You park something, make sure the spreader's not coming with me. You park something, and then next time you hook it up, it just doesn't work. So we'll see how this goes. Hoping everything goes okay. All right, well I just got this hooked up and got a little bit of a surprise. Not a good surprise. So I leave the PTO shaft inside the tub of this just so I remember where it is and I don't lose it. When I climbed up here, this is what I found. Not exactly sure what I was thinking. Yeah, I left it full of hay. So this is not good. Not a good start to the day, but, and on top of it all, PTO shaft is somehow managed to find its way down into the hay. So I gotta dig that out. Yeah. The only thing I can hope for is that the hay hasn't frozen too much in here yet. Boy. This is I'm not sure what I was thinking. I said things get broken while they get parked. Maybe some of it has to do with a dumb farmer, but anyway. PTO shaft, I'll have to clean that up. Anyway. Oh, I really hope this blows out on its own. It'll be not much fun if I have to clean it out by hand. All right, well I got that all cleaned out and hooked up here, and wish me luck. I hope it runs and blows out. So we'll find out here in a second if it works or not. Gotta clean out the old hay. We'll just shoot it off into the barn and then go get the fresh stuff that we're gonna put in. right, well that didn't last very long. Wound up, that puddle is not supposed to be there, and this had a little drip in it. Well, that little drip became, oops, just pouring out hydraulic fluid, so I'm gonna have to pull this into the shop and get it fixed. And that is it for chopping hay today. All right, well, we're down here at the sawdust shed. This is gonna be the first load of sawdust going into the barn this season. So what we do is we, let's see here, we use our manure spreader. So I'll load that up. The first time the cows go in, we put a lot more sawdust in than we would normally do. So we got probably 8 or maybe 6, 8 trips, maybe more. We'll see how it goes. It's a bigger area this year, so normally I do about 6, so it'll probably be 8, maybe more. But we'll load it up, we take it up, and then just noticed the cylinder on this is leaking hydraulics too. So anyway, we're gonna get this loaded and try and get it up. The hoof trimmer is supposed to be here in about 45 minutes, so we gotta get moving. All right, there it is, load 1. Headed back to the barn. Try and get this emptied. Good girl. I'm gonna put a bolt on that. Yeah. Just a 2-part epoxy. Smell it from all the way over here. Jeez. girl, huh? Okay, it's been a couple hours since we finished trimming feet, and I put some hay bales out for the cows, some feed out, and I put I guess you can see it there. There's a bale in the barn with a round bale feeder, which we usually use out on the field. We don't typically do this in the barn, but I was trying to spread out the areas for feeding. We are going to add, right behind me here, right there somewhere, there's another gate, and we're going to add more feed space like along there. So there's only 30 feet now. This garage door is 12 feet, so it'll give us 42 feet of space. So we don't have enough. That 30 feet alone is not enough space to get all the cows in there comfortably eating. So we'll add another feed rail with another pad to feed on there. So, but in the meantime, there'll be a bale in the barn. So the cows seem to be settling down and happy that they're inside. So this is Penny and Allie, and Claire is right there. Those are three heifers that haven't been in the barn before. This will be their first winter in this barn. So, and then that's the bull there, which he's just being a nuisance. What do you think, Claire? What do you think, girl? So the cows will be in the barn now. Not all winter, but most of the winter. We will put them outside. If the ground ever freezes or isn't quite so muddy, we'll be able to turn them back outside. But right now it is awfully muddy. We've had, even though it's so cold, yeah, it hasn't froze up yet. So to keep them out of the mud, we'll keep them in the barn here, feed them. They have a nice dry spot to lay down now. I'd hoped to put in more bedding this morning. I ran short on time, so we had some hay that we spread in there, and then I think it was I think I got 4 loads of shavings put in there. I'd really hoped to get 6 or 8, but tomorrow morning when the cows are in for milking, I'll add more to it, but they won't make too big of a mess overnight, I hope. So we did put a few L'Oreal here had her right rear, she had a little abscess, so the hoof trimmer didn't think she needed a block, but he did bandage her foot up just to keep it dry and clean. Hilda here, she had a block put on her foot and bandaged up. She has terrible feet. They kind of grow like a corkscrew kind of shape, and just really not the best feet. But then the last cow that we put had to bandage her foot was Foolish here. She actually had a wart growing between her toes, so tried to get that, put some medicine on it, try and make her a little more comfortable. Everybody else's feet were in really good shape though. We did have to, Beverly over there, her feet grow incredibly fast, about twice as fast as the rest of the cows. So she had a lot to trim off, but she seems to be doing much better, getting around good. All right, I'm gonna leave these guys alone for tonight. They've got food and water and nice dry spot to lay down. Shut my lights off. And I need to go out and put a bale of hay out for the heifers. And I'll go check on the pigs one last time tonight. Bring some firewood in, and then I am done for the night. It's been a long day today, so. What are you guys doing? Huh? What are you doing? Yeah. All right, well, we're back out here this morning. Came out to check on the cows first thing, see how everybody did overnight. First night in the barn, and they all seem to be pretty happy. They were all laying down. A couple of them got up since I came in, but anyway, it's a cold, snowy morning here. So we'll see how the cows come in this morning. Typically the first day after the hoof trimmers here, I don't know what it is. It's the smell or the memory of going through there, but they kind of act a little funny. And then they'll be in the barn for the first time, so going into the milking barn from here is a little different, but we'll see how they do. Hopefully they behave themselves and walk right in. All right, so we're about to bring the cows in. Like I said earlier, it's the first time that they've come in from this barn into the milking since last year, which is a little different. Cows don't like anything different. So add on top of that, let's see, they're coming in from the pack barn. They had their feet trimmed yesterday, which they don't like walking beyond that spot again. I'm gonna hopefully fix that here in a minute. It snowed for the first time. 3 things that are different. And then the last thing was they knocked the hose off their water tank and flooded the area. The only thing I might have going for me is it hopefully washed away the smell of where the hoof trimmer was, but I'll show you what they did. So I turned the water tank on earlier to fill, walked away, and they broke the hose off the float and flooded the driveway. So anyway, now I got to, I'm gonna shovel the snow out, try and push off the water, and we'll bring the cows in here. All right, we're all set to bring the cows in. I put extra lime. We have a, it's barn grit is what it is, but it's just pulverized limestone. Put a lot of extra down this morning just to make sure it's not slippery. You're talkative this morning. Anyway, let's get to it and wish me luck. That went really well. Wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I think there was so many things different that they weren't sure what to look at. So I don't know. They all came in. The only one we had any issue with was Penny. She's the young heifer, and she's only been coming in the barn for a short period of time now. So she tends to go to the wrong stall every so often. And then Joni obviously wants to get in her spot and won't go anywhere else. So she just stood there and kind of pushed at her. But everybody's where they're at. They're all clipped in. And now it's time to milk the cows.